Hi, welcome to Bedtime Terror, the show where I watch a scary movie before bed and let you know how I think I'm going to sleep. My name is Bobby, and tonight's review is going to be on 1992's Star Time. So, just to warn you that this movie does rely heavily on themes of mental illness and suicide. So, if those are subjects that you're trying to avoid, give this review a skip. I totally understand. So, Star Time is about Henry, who is a mentally ill young man that is obsessed with television and wants to break into the entertainment industry. And when his favorite television show, Meet the Robertsons, is canceled while his social worker is out of town for the month, he becomes unhinged and suicidal. But he is talked down off of the ledge and is given this opportunity to, finally be seen on television. And he takes that chance. It just so happens that the city of Los Angeles is being terrorized by the baby faced killer who is an axe murderer going on a killing spree. So, this movie, I realized while watching it, like very shortly into watching it, I would say within the first 2 minutes, you see the director's influences. And it's heavily influenced by Videodrome and definitely by David Lynch. I think even the character's name of Henry is probably an homage to Eraserhead. You just definitely see Lynch's fingerprints all over this film after watching it. And while I was watching, I realized this actually isn't a horror film or even a suspense or thriller. At least I didn't find anything that suspenseful about it other than, like, maybe one scene or two. Even when it came to the climax, there was nothing I found to be terrifying or scary. But it is more of a dark satire. Is definitely commentary on the extremes that people will go to in order to break into the entertainment industry and be seen, just and be famous, just be famous, not necessarily off of any type of real talent or skill, just wanting to be famous and what people will do to get to that level, whether it's being fueled for, opulence, notoriety, access, sex, like the things that motivate people to want to be famous. I think it's more of a very surreal, dark commentary. So I can't really grade it as any type of horror or thriller, which is weird because there is definitely blood in this movie, but there's not that much gore in this movie, and there's even less violence in this movie, which you would think is the opposite way, right? Like it would lead up to the blood, and it's not that. I think the movie had the capability of being very frightening, very suspenseful, but I believe the director wanted to focus more on Henry's mental instability and his delusions, and perhaps thought that that's what the audience would find disturbing, more so than the actual visceral gore and blood of it all. Um, it's it's so for that reason, this is going to be a short review. It's a well made movie. It's, um, definitely has great aspects to it. It has great potential, let's just say. It had the potential to be something very either scary or even more surreal, pushing that boundary. I'm not sure if it was just due to budgetary limitations or the director's point of view. But like I said, you definitely see a lot of some Cronenberg, especially, via Videodrome, and a lot of David Lynch throughout this movie. Definitely a lot of influence was put in there, as well as some moments of film noir, I noticed. So that was cool to see it from, like, just a viewpoint of being a fan of films. So if I were to grade this as a suspense or a thriller, it would be low. It would probably be like a 2. But if I'm grading this as just a very well crafted dark satire with surreal atmospheric elements, that also happens to include a disturbing topic as well as some visceral imagery, then I'd give it a good 3. It's a solid, well-made movie. It's well acted. There are some, editing choices, but again, it was the early 90s, so I'm guessing you're just going to expect that with the time period. It's, pretty well acted. I just feel like I'm not going to say a ripoff of anything that David Lynch would have done, but you definitely feel David Lynch's presence throughout the film, which isn't a bad thing, but yeah, that's within seconds. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, you really, really got into the Eraserhead portion of your film course, like in college, and that's fair, that's fine. David Lynch is an amazing director because, yeah, and I saw a lot of like Blue Velvet moments in there. And so, just in general, you could tell this is like Lynch all over. So, yeah, if you happen to be a fan of David Lynch, then give this movie a go. If you just want to see something that is a dark take on society's consumption of media and how media consumes us, I would actually like to see this updated, since social media is so overwhelming in today's presence, and we have, even more access to entertainment and, options to watch things. I would actually like to see this redone and updated. I think that would be more, I would think it would give this type of script and screenplay more justice than what we have seen actually executed. No offense to the director. Um, so yeah, this sounds like something you'd be interested in. Check out the link in the description below. Again, give this video a like, leave a comment, share, and subscribe. I do appreciate you watching and sticking around. And I'm going to be moving on further into the iceberg, so expect something a little spookier next time. Definitely can't wait to see what we have. Thanks again, guys. Until next time, sleep tight.